to get on theater stages more regularly. Whether I'm producing the
theater tour.
You didn't need to say it like that. Theater tour.
Theater tour.
Black Zeus presents Yas Queen, the theater tour. Nerd.
Because in your act, you're not sick. It's a mentality.
No, but my act is sick. You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah, rad. That sucked. Our blackface prime minister. Now our country is in the toilet seat. God has cursed our land. Oh, Canada, go away. Justin Trudeau, you white boy. I haven't been back to Yuck since I've been back, bro. I'm itchy to get back on the Yuck stage, but these is all booked up, and I have to show up and get a guest spot. Nick, give me a paid spot. Nick, or are you too afraid that I'm gonna walk in and burn that to the ground, man?
All under like 8 years.
All under 1 year, bro. Like for the most part. Like,
I'm 3 years in.
Shut the up. Yo, you're about to make me flip this table. You saw me, yo. You said, shut the up. Said I'm 3 years in.
I started 3 years ago.
Yo, hey, yo. No, you did a set.
Yeah, and then I did another set. And then I took some time in between. And then I did.
Then technically I'm 15 years in because I did 2 sets before.
Yeah, so you started 15 years ago.
Didn't. Are you on crack?
That's what Russell told me. I gotta go off what the OG says.
It counts from when you first went up?
That's what he says. Because he says no one fully dives in after their first set.
No, that's a lie. I did.
You just said you didn't, or else you would be 15.
I got caught on my own lie. All right, we're moving on in this podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we talk about every fucking week. And we're doing it first because it's the most important thing to the show. Fucking comedy talk. This is what we've been doing. Every episode has started out like this. No, we didn't spend a whole season talking about fucking Marvel and Thor. This is Marvel also. I wanted to say God of War, Ragnarok. Anyways, we're nerds, but we'll fucking push the nerd shit to the end of the show. Let's talk about comedy. This week's comedy recap, ladies and gentlemen. This is what the show is ultimately all about. The follow-up. I'm sober, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. The only show where the host will apologize for being sober. Because when I'm calm, it's nice and chill. What's going on? Welcome to Black Zeus, the podcast, ladies and gentlemen. Season 5, episode 28. I'm high as tits. And we're going to talk about some comedy this week. I got to like pretend to be high right now just so I can.
But you're not like that when you're high.
Why don't you shut the fuck up, my nigga? The fuck? I'm trying to do, it's called acting. I'm an actor. Huh? Here it is.
Pocket tissue.
Blowing his nose with pocket tissue. I got allergies. It's not drugs, bro. How's your comedy week been?
It was all right. Like, it was good. I went up. I don't think I had the best set yesterday, but
that's fine.
It was good.
Nigga, when have you ever had the best set?
Shut the fuck up. I'm not going to have the best set.
I'm just fucking with you.
But I've had better sets.
There have been nights. I've seen you have the best set.
Yeah.
I wasn't on the show, but I'm just... What a douche.
Yeah.
What an egotistical piece of garbage.
No, that's fair. That's fair.
Nah, nigga. I guarantee you there will be a night where you have a better set than me. I'm not ego-headed enough to...
No, but right now, I got to work my way up.
Oh, nigga, you better keep working.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. I got to get more weeks in a row.
I'm so dumb. This whole week, I've been behind on a day. Like, even us recording today on Friday feels like Saturday. Mm-hmm. Normally, we record on Sundays.
Yeah.
And then our day early to record would be the Saturday.
Yes.
So us doing it early makes me think today's Saturday.
Yes.
It's been fucked up, bro.
Yes.
But I sent you the post for the Wednesday open mic on Thursday. I'm like, this show's tonight. And then we fucking show up at the goddamn Thursday mic.
Yeah.
I didn't
even know you were going to be there.
Yeah, you had every right to think that. If I'm in town though, that show's close enough to me where I'll just show up.
Yeah.
And it is nice to just have a workout mic where I have zero
Imagine
pressure.
living walking distance from the gym.
I mean, I do. There's gyms everywhere.
There
bro.
is gyms everywhere.
Yeah, bro. This isn't fucking 1920s. You looking for a gym there, copper? You did one set this week?
Yeah.
Did you go in with any...
I went in with new stuff.
You went in with new stuff? Like, did you have any targets or goals or anything that you were working on specifically?
Well, I think last week we talked about changing it up a little bit each time.
Yeah.
So I changed it up, and even after I got off stage, I'm like, man, I didn't even do my closing bit because I changed it a little bit too much. But is there really too much of a change? You know what I mean?
Question, because I noticed you went up with your phone, but then you stopped looking at it.
Yeah.
Did you put it on the stool?
I did.
So did you glance at it every once in a while?
I did and I didn't. And so I actually wanted to bring this up. I don't know if you noticed it, but there's a time where I stuttered.
Stutter.
Right? And I remember this because I'm like, oh shit, what comes next? And I challenged myself not to look at the phone. And then I'm like, oh yeah, it's the Walmart bin.
Good for you, nigga. Fuck that kryptonite foam, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how you build the muscle.
Yeah. So I was like, what comes next? Like there's something that comes before Roach. And I'm like, what is it? What is it? What is it? And then I'm like, yes, it's Walmart.
I mean, every comic, like, especially, if you're not using notes or a phone or whatever, like every comic goes through some form of that. And the longer you're in the game, the more you can recognize when a comic on stage is like, the spinning wheel.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying. If you noticed
computers,
it, because I like close my eyes, try to pull up the
I just want to pause for a second and call out the fact that I just said Macintosh computers. I'm old as fuck.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of the time the wheels don't spin nowadays. I mean,
they don't.
Well,
because
they still do it because they're so much faster.
Because they got the M chips and shit.
M4 chips.
They're not on M4, are they?
I think like M3, M2 maybe.
I think they're on M2.
M2 for sure. Maybe M3.
100%. Like probably like the fourth iteration of M2. Right? Okay.
Either way,
nerd talk.
Back to comedy first. Comedy first. I tried a new joke that
before you go to New York next week. Try and get out to Canvas Bar. I guess you'll be busy and stuff, but try and get out to Canvas Bar. And then if you're in town Thursday, imagine you get 2 shows in before you go out on your trip.
Yeah,
imagine you do a show in New York.
I know.
Imagine find an open mic.
The thing is, I'm gonna be with family
the whole time though,
and it's not New York
City. Are you in
City.
the wedding party?
Sorry,
are you in the wedding party?
Maybe. I don't know. What does that mean?
No, you would know.
Like, am I like a groomsman or something?
Yeah. Like
No.
Okay, then you would know.
Yeah.
As long as you're not. Then you're not beholden to anything.
No, but I gotta be there for the wedding and then the party afterwards.
How long are you there for?
It's just the weekend.
Oh, I thought you were going for a week.
No. It's just the weekend.
Ah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just there for the weekend. And like, I'm not
still set.
I mean, I know I can still, I can still, I mean, it depends. We're not in like New York City. We're in New York State.
Oh, okay.
Right. Cause it's there.
Have you checked how far? Yeah, but there's like a million.
I'm checking out where comedy clubs are near me in New York. I don't know. It's not New York City for sure.
But it's like close. It's New
Probably
York.
not.
Oh,
New York's
okay.
huge.
I know it is.
Yeah. New York State.
Fair enough. I guess I did the same show as you.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Thursday. I didn't talk because last week we were recording Saturday, yeah?
Yes.
Got to do the Zoetic Theater again. Salutes to Sandra Battellini. My love. I love you so much. You are an amazing human being. Even better. No, just on par comic with amazing human being. They're both amazing. I was about to say even better person, but she's actually an amazing person and amazing comedian. Thank you, Sandra, for having me on board. It was a really fun time back at the Zoetic. First time I was there since my album recording a couple years ago.
Okay.
It wasn't like sold out, but it was a good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I do good. Like, I know I do exceptionally well when I'm on somebody else's show. And I mean, like, when I got to open for Russell.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm on somebody's show and they're not there for me. It's not like you're not going to the corner
to see you specifically.
Or not even to see me, but like going to see a show.
Yeah.
People were going to see Sandra's show and then we were the feature acts.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I do exceptionally well when people from those shows DM me or message me and be like, yo, you, da, da, da.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I had a few of those.
Sick.
I gotta make an effort to get on theater stages more regularly. Whether I'm producing the shit.
Theater tour.
You didn't need to say it like that, but
I know.
theater tour. Yes.
Sober Bird.
Yes.
Theater tour.
Black Zeus presents Yas Queen, the theater tour. Timestamp that for me. 16 minutes and 30 seconds. Oh my God. Yas Queen, the Black Zeus comedy fucking tour featuring Dante. Dante's fucking gay opening act. Yes. Yes, everybody. Yes. This is comedy. I just, the freedom, man, is unmatched.
Yeah.
It blows my mind to see comedians get a stage as big as a theater stage or like an American club stage, which are practically theaters, and not use the stage. Granted, some people just like they're plotted, and that's their style. But there's people that's not their style, and they move, but they barely move, or they don't use. My niggas, you must use every part of the buffalo. Like, what is this? You are leaving. You killed the buffalo, yet you left the pelt and all this meat on the bones. Use that stage, bro. Like, again, if it plays to your character, obviously I'm like this. I'm coming back from Texas with a renewed sense of act outs.
Yes.
Or a renewed sense of urgency to get my act outs as crisp as my jokes. And getting to have a space like that, I'm like, yeah, I love the corner. I love the corner so much. But that little stage,
yeah, it's like a little tire stage.
You can't take a step. And so I relish these moments where I get a fucking massive stage like that.
Yeah.
I even tried some new shit on that stage, but it was mostly Sandra's night. I did what I was supposed to do and made sure that people had a good time until she got there. And then she did what she does.
What spot did you go in?
I was supposed to bullet, but
I just learned that term on Thursday.
You just learned bullet?
Yeah, because like when I signed up, Zach is like, "Oh, you're going bullet." I'm like, "Oh."
Yo, we should sit down and fucking like just go through all the... Because I still don't know a bunch, and I'm 13 years in the game, but I like, bro. I remember one time somebody said stage health to me, and this probably was like 10 years into my thing, into my career. I'd never heard stage health before.
What is it?
It's like, so one time I had the flu or whatever. I was fucking ill.
Okay.
And it wasn't contagious or anything, but I was just fucked up. And I was about to go up on stage, and as soon as my name got called, it was like nothing. I was fine. And then as soon as I was off stage, like a couple minutes later, I was like, and I was talking to a homie. I'm like, yeah, bro, it's like, I don't know what the fuck happened, but like, it's almost like I wasn't even sick when I went up on stage. He's like, yeah, that's your stage health, bro. I'm like, stage health? You fucking nerd.
Because in your act, you're not sick. It's a mentality.
No, but my act is sick. You know what I'm saying, dog? Yeah, rad. Fuck, that sucked. Yeah, no, I don't even know where was I?
You went up, but you were supposed to go bullet.
Oh yeah, the terminology and shit. No, there's a ton of terminology.
No, I'm saying, but before we got into terminology,
yeah,
you were talking about you were supposed to go bullet. So what spot did you end up going?
At the Zoetic show?
Yes.
I was supposed to go bullet, but then I ended up going up right before Sandra.
Okay.
Which is funny because Angelica, who was initially supposed to go up right before Sandra, she bust into the city. So she had to like bust back out. But I just gave her a ride. But she didn't know that. Obviously, we didn't plan for that before. So she like had us mix or like swap sets so that she could leave in time. And I'm like, wait, you're just going downtown? I'll fucking give you a ride to the
downtown
bus.
Toronto?
No, it was in Hamilton.
Oh.
So I just gave her a ride to the bus station.
Got it.
And then so she didn't even have to technically do that, but it is what it is. And yeah, it was just a really fun night. I can't express enough how much I love Sandra. She's one of my favorite people ever in this comedy game, especially some that I know personally. She's an absolute angel. She has done more for Canadian comics than most people I know in comedy. She's the one that started the organization, CASC, Canadian Association of Stand-Up Comedians. Because in Canada, and I've talked about this on the podcast before, but we do not treat comedians with any type of respect. Comedy in Canada is not recognized as an official art form, which means we're not open to grants and funding. Like if I were to go tell the government tomorrow that I'm a circus performer, I could open myself up to grants. I would be legally considered an artist and all this shit, but they refuse to just see comedy as any type of art form, which is fucking insane. Ultimately, I think it's just the government knowing that comedy is really the last place for freedom of speech, really, like openly. Like it's the kind of the last open forum performance art. If we want to say music is, I'd say music is wholly commercially bought out at this point. There still exists, not to say that there's not indie artists and obviously a whole indie scene and all this shit, obviously. But those niggas have no influence. A comedian could still have influence and they not be really a part of any system. You know what I mean? And that is, in this day and age, where governments are locking down speech and it's turning more into 1984 and Brave New World every day, especially in Canada, our blackface prime minister, he was trying to be an Indian. It was Halloween. He put on blackface and then he won the prime minister's seat. Now our country is in the toilet seat. Nigga, please help me escape this shit. God has cursed our land. Our prime minister is gay. Oh, Canada, please make the blackface go away. Oh, Canada, please let the blackface go away. Fuck Justin Trudeau, you fucking bitch-ass white boy. Has so many more words that I can't use. And fuck the other guys too, bro. Fuck all these politicians just because I'm shitting on one. They're all garbage, bruh. They all did blackface in my eyes. My black eyes. That was crazy. So comedy. I did a set at the corner also. You know how that go.
Yeah.
I fucking love the corner so much, man. I haven't been back to Yuck since I've been back, bro. I'm itchy to get back on the Yuck stage, but these niggas is all booked up and I have to show up and get a fucking guest spot. Nigga, give me a paid spot. Nick. Or are you too afraid that I'm gonna walk in and fucking burn that shit to the ground, my nigga? Somebody hand me a joint real quick because this is going downhill fast. No, I've been making an emphasis to work on new shit or work on stuff that I haven't in a long time. And so even at the open mic yesterday, like most of those jokes I haven't told either in a while or I was working on wording.
Yeah.
And you know what's stupid is I didn't even record it.
Yeah.
But it was so like I was telling you, I almost didn't go up. So,
yeah.
But
there was no way to have known because you were literally like, first you were camping out by the door, just in case you're just dipping out. You're right
no,
there.
I always sit by the door.
Okay.
I always sit by the door.
Sometimes you sit outside.
I like sitting by the door so then I could just walk outside whenever I want.
That's what I'm
saying. And then I
saying.
don't have to walk through. Yeah, but I thought you meant leave, like for good.
Both, just to go outside or...
I mostly sit by the door just so I can step outside whenever I want to.
Yeah.
It's not so I can just leave whenever I want to. But obviously
that's an option.
That's an option. But the last few weeks, especially going to the open mic, like I signed up the last 2 weeks and I didn't go up. I scratched my name off the list. Last week I remember specifically because I'm like, I don't want to perform for only comics. I just don't, especially established material and stuff. I just don't want to do that. That's just the week before probably the same. I think it was somewhat the same. But last night I was feeling like regardless, I went in being like, okay, I'm gonna do a set.
Okay.
Regardless of who's in the audience. That's probably a lie. If it was just comics, I probably still would have walked out. But there was some people there, like audience there that I didn't know or whatever.
There was a few first timers too.
A few first timers, and they brought people. So that to me is audience, the people they bring.
Yeah.
But I almost didn't go up again, just purely based on like an etiquette thing. And I was describing this to you briefly before we started recording. Off of technicality. Like I'm sitting there, and this is to no fault of the comics, but like me being 13 years in, I just have a different perspective, especially on producing and running a show, especially a mic.
Yes.
It's not that you give preferential treatment to people, but you do pay respects to people that have paid their dues, in my opinion.
Yes.
So, like, by the time we got there, you had obviously been there before me, so you signed up Bullet. I got there, and I didn't go sign up right away. So by the time I got to sign up, I was like number 15. And at that point, I'm already like, all right, I'm here. Let's sign up 15, whatever. And like maybe 7 comics into the show, I go back and check the list, and I notice that number 13 is crossed out. The person left or didn't want to do a set or whatever. And I think then I'm like, maybe I should just fucking put my name 13th. I said, fuck it. It's only 2 away. They're going to skip over 13 anyways, is what I'm imagining, because they crossed it out. So I'm going to go up 1 earlier anyways. Cut to a couple minutes later, an open mic comic walks in from wherever he was doing his shit and goes and signs up and puts himself 13. That's cool. I get it. That's fine. But what this is also, this might just be a neuroses or something, but it made sense in my head. The nigga missed his spot. So he's already getting to go. Like at this point, by the time he shows up, the list is at like 25 people now.
Okay.
But because 13 is crossed out, he puts his name 13th and he gets to go up earlier.
Yeah.
Than the other people who have
26th.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of people waiting. That's whatever. That's luck of the draw. You were there, and But I heard because I was waiting to go up around the corner from the walk up, and I heard a comic being like, "Oh, I told him to wait here. He's not here. He was outside when they called his number." And so they just went to the next comic.
Yes.
So now technically I'm next based on the order. He just missed his spot. What should technically happen, you show up late, you get the bump. Yeah. You already get the bump because someone crossed out. And then you miss that spot. Yeah. You're going last. Yeah. Nigga. You're fucking going last. That's not what happened.
Yes.
Obviously, there's friendships at play and stuff. And again, this isn't me shitting on, because I remember coming up and all that stuff. This is what it was. But the nigga still went up next. That's what I'm like. I almost crossed my name out because I'm like, I would never do that.
Yeah.
For an open micer to an established comic, especially if the micer missed their spot.
Yeah. Now,
by not being in the room.
Quick question, because I don't know how long he's been doing comedy. Yeah. But is this like just like a not knowing thing, or like this is like a friendship?
This is a respect thing in my mind.
I know, but if you don't like, you just don't know, like that's etiquette,
No. I mean, maybe. Yeah, bro. I could see that.
Yeah.
Ultimately, that is what I think it is. These niggas are new. They have no idea about that type of shit.
This wouldn't fly in New York or Toronto.
Oh, bro, you would get stabbed somewhere else. Like if this was a real comedy scene and there was like, I wasn't the only established comic in the room, because that's also kind of it, right? Yeah. I'm really the fucking odd man out. Yeah. I'm at an open mic literally with people I don't know. Like I know you and I know a couple other people, but it's all newbies.
Yes. All under like 8 years.
All under 1 year, bro. Like for the most part. Like,
I'm 3 years in.
Shut the fuck up. Yo, you're about to make me flip this table. You saw me, yo. You said, shut the fuck up. Nigga said I'm 3 years in.
I started 3 years ago.
Yo, hey, yo. No, you did a set.
Yeah, and then I did another set. And then I took some time in between. And then I did.
Then technically I'm 15 years in because I did 2 sets before.
Yeah, so you started 15
No,
years
I
ago.
didn't. Are you on crack?
That's what Russell told me. I gotta go off what the OG says.
It counts from when you first went up?
That's what he says. Because he says no one fully dives in after their first set.
No, that's a lie. I did.
You just said you didn't, or else you would be 15 years in.
I got caught on my own lie.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Well, when I really fucking decided I was going to do it, then
So that's 2 years later.
but the first time I tried it, and then, it was a while later. And then
Yeah.
I actually got into it. But I don't count that. I'm not 15. I'm not 15 years
Russell
in.
counts it.
It doesn't make sense for me to count 2 years in activity.
But he said it's when you started, you do a set, you
Hey,
do
man,
another.
do whatever makes you comfortable. But you walk around me and we're on other comedy shows. I'm like, this nigga's a year in. You're going to have to explain the rest.
I
I'm
know,
like,
right?
But Russell said these 2 sets I did. I'm like,
I did 3 sets.
I don't know this nigga.
I did 3 sets. One of them was a book show. So like, it's not like
Your first set was a booked show?
no. The first set
Was a mic?
was amateur at Levity,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And then I did a few other book shows. I didn't go to any open mics. So I got booked on a show. My second show or third show, I believe, was like Friday the 13th. And it's so funny.
Damien!
Yeah. And they're like, oh, like, make sure they're like, we're doing a new payment structure. So you have to sell your own tickets. I'm like, I'm not selling no tickets to see me. And it wasn't even like,
to see me.
it wasn't like a comedy show.
Yeah.
It was like half music and comedy as well. Mostly music. I was the only person doing comedy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I still have that ticket.
I still have that ticket.
Yeah, with my name on it. But like, so I still count like I was doing it. And then obviously some more time passed. I was on another show.
I like that you just brush over some more time passes if it was like 5 days.
No, it was like a couple months. It was.
Until your next one.
Yeah.
But then from there, it was like 2 years.
Yeah. So it was like the first one was in like June 2021.
Was it COVID?
Right when COVID opened back up. Like I saw Levity.
Like when things open back up, you mean?
Yeah, like the first week they opened back up. I'm like, I got. What if they never come back? You know what I mean? So that's when I signed
Were
up.
you watching a bunch of comedy through COVID?
I watched comedy from like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's
But
not
like,
like
were you watching a lot during COVID?
not any more than I would normally watch.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? But it's like this is something that I always wanted to do. Now is my opportunity, even though I had X many years before COVID. But
X-Men many years, this guy
X
said.
many years.
X-Men
X
years.
amount of many years. Hey, say the nerd shit from the end. But then so it was like June,
Yeah.
some months off, and then it was like I think January. I did another set,
Yeah.
and then I did one May, and then some more time off, and then I think it was like another February, something like that. So it's not like I was grinding, but I was still doing shows, just very.
No, you weren't.
I just said I
You
did.
did 2 shows.
I was
But
doing
you weren't
shows.
doing shows. No. No.
I wasn't doing them. This is why.
No. God, no.
Steve Carell, fuck
Thank
him.
you.
But like this is what I'm saying now. I'm diving more into it this year. Like
Now you can say you're doing shows.
but I started 3 years ago.
You did a couple shows.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I just took. This is why
You dipped your toes in the pool.
I dipped a few toes. in
Yeah,
the
yeah,
pool.
yeah. 2 specifically.
2 in the first year, and then 1 in the second year. Maybe 2 in the second year.
This sucks.
Either way, but now I'm fully doing.
Now you
Now
doing
fully
it
like this is like
for
the
a
first
year.
No, if I get on Kiltonia, yeah, it's been a year. I'm not saying I've been doing it for 3 years. You know what I mean? I say I started 3 years ago, but I've really been doing it for. I've really been doing it for 6 months.
Yo, can I give some piece of advice to these people that go on Kill Tony and bomb? If you've been doing it for more than a year, just say you've been doing it for a year, man. Just like depending on how bad you bomb, say 3 months.
Yeah, that's why
What's wrong with y'all?
6 months. Like we're in the 8th month. You know what I mean? So
Of consistency.
Yeah, exactly.
Of grinding.
Of grinding. Sticking to it.
This is Black Zeus, the podcast season 5.
I love y'all. Thank you for supporting. Once again, the Patreon is launched. If you do want to watch my comedy special right now, you can do so. It's only $10 and you can get it as part of the subscription fee. So like if you subscribe to the Patreon, you can get it that way, or you can just buy it outright for $10 that way. Once again, for transparency, I will release the comedy special for free on the YouTube once we hit 1,000 subscribers. So you can also just hit the subscriber button and just do that. You can support that way, whichever way you want to support. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. I don't necessarily use it the way everybody else does, but I'm there if you want to find me. AKA Black Zeus is the person to find on those platforms.